The only thing I want from you is to learn something from this video. So the way to compliment someone is to compliment their behavior instead of a physical trait about them. So instead of saying, oh, I like your hair, compliment how long it took them to get their hair done. For example, you can say, it looks like you put a lot of effort into getting your hair done today. It looks really good. So you're not complimenting the physical aspect or the physical trait of the person, but you're complimenting the fact that they put effort and you're appreciating that. And they're going to take that much more deeply than if you just did a surface level compliment. I don't think we understand the amount of power compliments actually have. I grew up in a household where insults were particularly the thing that were thrown around a lot. So my mum and my dad both used to insult me anytime I didn't get the right grades or I didn't do the right thing. And I would get these sort of negative beliefs about myself, and I would be thinking that I couldn't do things right, and I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. And it limited me into this little box, even though my parents had the good intentions of wanting me to grow and become into this good, capable person. They locked me in this area because I didn't have the belief that I could be this good, capable person, because I was never told that. I only noticed recently the power of actually giving someone a compliment and meaning what you say is that you can really get them to push themselves forward. I know there's this whole trait around, David Goggins, you're a bitch, you get better. But giving someone a genuine compliment has much more power than that. I was preparing for my economics A-level, so I had barely revised the entire year. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Entire year, basically did no revision. Now it's coming towards the exam, and I know I have the capability to do pretty well in this exam, but I didn't have the motivation to really drive myself to do well. So we end up talking on this group chat about economics, about the exam that's coming up with all my friends. And off note, side note, about friends. Be genuinely careful with the people that you spend your time around, because you don't want to spend your time around the people who just make fun of you for stupid shit and make fun of you because you're trying to improve yourself, because they're just trying to drag you down. You need to find the tribe, the people who you want, who will genuinely push you forward, who are genuinely there to help you, and who want to see you do the best for yourself. Those are the kind of people you're going to spend your time around. Those are the kind of people who will give you compliments. And when you get compliments, this is why I realized when I got complimented on my intelligence in the topic, because that is a trait that I do value, even though I won't put that much attention into it when it comes to school. When I got complimented on it while we were talking in the group chat, I got this boost of motivation to really want to do the work, to actually push myself forward and be motivated to get the work done. That's the power of the compliment. I think the main thing that we should go over is authenticity. And that's something that I've been trying to do on camera when I'm speaking to you. When it comes to compliments, it's something that you can practice as well. So when you're speaking to someone, you're genuinely trying to give them a compliment, you have to be authentic about it. Because if you're not authentic and you don't mean what you're saying and you don't really believe what you're saying is true, and you're kind of just saying it to, fill the silence, not be so awkward, then people can tell. Like, genuinely, people can smell that. It's something that a lot of people can see face on a fake compliment. And no one wants that. No one likes a fake compliment. It's worse than, well, I wouldn't say it's worse than giving someone an insult, but it's pretty bad. Because it just means that you haven't thought about it whatsoever and you're just kind of throwing it out there. The idea is also to compliment someone's traits, something that they value. So a trait that they value could be bravery, intelligence, discipline, or friendliness. All of these traits, you have to find something that they do which corresponds with these traits. And when you notice that, then you compliment it. And they're going to feel that compliment much more deeply because it's a trait that they value. They're trying to get that trait. They're trying to replicate that trait. So if you notice it, it's a bit hard to notice it. You have to dig a bit. You have to dig a bit deeper to actually get that compliment out, because you have to pay a bit more attention to the person. From giving compliments to yourself, allowing yourself to appreciate the hard work you've done, to giving compliments to other people, because it means you can spread that feeling that you get when someone compliments you. You have the ability to spread that feeling from simply saying a few words and actually meaning it. And if you were like me, where you grew up in a household where compliments weren't really a thing, and you grew up getting insults left, right and centre, it doesn't mean that you should be passing that on to other people. I kind of vowed to myself that I wouldn't be like that to other people, and I would be like that to my children. But the thing is, I catch myself sometimes where I would just be insulting people, because that's the thing that's deep rooted inside of me, and that's something that I'm really trying to solve at the moment. So you need to catch yourself, especially if you've grown up in a situation like me, where you don't end up insulting people because that's a thing that's rooted inside of you. You have to find yourself when you end up doing that and decide to think, would it be better for me to compliment this person in this situation to push them forward, instead of, being so negative about it. So when you do grow older and when you do decide to have children, you won't push that onto your children. You shouldn't be moving this traditional, weird, wrong trait. Just because a lot of people have done it in the past, a lot of people in your family have done it in the past, you shouldn't be pushing it onto the next generation just because everyone else has done it. You have to realize the logical steps to see if it was the right thing to do in the first place. When you really think about it, giving insults to people isn't really going to push them forward. The reason I keep saying is that you have to be genuine and you have to mean your compliments. Is because we walk around in a day and age where everyone is kind of just troubling, what's the word, strolling around with a facade of the kind of person that they want to be, or who they perceive they'll be, or who they want people to perceive them as. So no one's actually presenting their authentic self. So when you give a surface level compliment, it kind of just bounces off them and doesn't really mean much to you or to them. First of all, you didn't mean it, and to them it doesn't really matter that much because they're presenting this facade. The reason people present this facade, I can't speak. The reason people present this facade is so that if they get insulted, it won't mean much to them because their facade's getting insulted. Their other ego, their other self is getting insulted, and not the actual version of them, not their authentic self. So they won't feel it. Same thing with the compliments. So that's why you have to dig a deep. I still can't say it. That's why you have to dig a bit deeper so that you can get to them as an authentic individual, which is their behaviors, which is their weird autistic traits that they might bring out themselves. And when you compliment that, they will genuinely feel that compliment. Us as humans have genuinely made it way harder for ourselves to be happy. And it's up to us and it's up to you, your individual self, to learn the social skills, to learn the compliments, so that you can go up and bring the reality, the authenticity out of everyone around you. And that's a beautiful thing. That is what will truly push you and the world forward. Thank you for listening to me. Click this video and click on subscribe if you want to see more of this shit. Love you, bro.